Hi, my name is Vitor. I'm an associated with Jennifer, and I will see the presentation for the website for our film festival. So you can start.
Okay. Well, first of all, hello, Vitor,
Hello.
and I am just going to send you the files. I believe that they should have been sent by now.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I received it. Yes.
So let me just open it up, and I will show you. What are your first impressions of the website?
Mhm. I saw the website. I want you to explain it part by part in order to see every detail and check out everything.
Okay. Well, if you look at the website, you will see that practically all that your associate asked for is right in here, if not all, is right in here. You asked for a link to the pre-registration. I put it in the nav bar in the right top hand corner, and I also put it just under the festival word where there's the poster for the Brooklyn Outdoor Film Festival. I thought it would be nice to have two places where they could pre-register, and you'll notice one particularity with this button where there's a pre-register is that it calls for attention. I animated it a bit. It calls for attention, and once you hover over it, it stops.
Yes, yes, it's a nice feature, and yeah, I guess it's the like asked by Jennifer, so it's perfect. It's perfect in that sense.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay, as far as the color scheme, prior to making this website, I looked a bit around because I hadn't had any experience with film festival websites. And I noticed that a lot of the film websites, their colors are very neutral. There was one particular website that caught my eye because it was colorful and it stood out. But the colors were not exactly what this color scheme is. And this color scheme was actually voted one of the most elegant and fun color schemes by uh, quite a lot of quite a lot of voters on a very popular color palette website. So I thought this would be fun to have something because for me, outdoor film festivals should be fun, should be lively, especially if they're in the summer. They should be full of color. So I thought this color scheme would suit everybody and would not put off the older generations.
Okay, okay. I guess it's explained why the colors are like this, displayed like this, um, and they are festival colors. So that's a good pattern to do with this project. Um, of course, the registration it's important, so it's placed these two times in the menu and in the button. So I guess it's two checks that we have there. So the color scheme and the pre-register. Talk me a little about this calendar.
Okay. Um, well, it's absolutely free for you to change the content. I just put a bit of content there. So one thing I wanted to do is I wanted all the different dates to pop out and to be unique. That is why I put a border around each date with a different background, just to set it out and to differentiate it from the next day.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot easier on the eye. Since there's so many colors, it would be a lot easier on the eye to center it down to two colors, the blue and the gray, and just have that alternate between the different dates.
Okay, okay.
Yes. And
Yes,
yeah.
sorry. Yes, continue.
Okay. But we could absolutely change the colors, although I do feel like this was the best color combination for something as important as the schedule.
Okay, nice. Um, so let's go to the part of the films. Explain me a little bit about the film lineup. So the all the films that we will present.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you are on the film lineup, um, section, sorry, when you're in the film lineup section, you'll notice that if you scroll down, each row has its own animation.
Okay, okay.
This is just to make this website more interactive, involve the user more, and give this website a bit of a fun animating side. And as you can see, I chose to put the films in a four grid layout. I think that was very pleasant. It's there are quite a lot of movies to put on this page, and I thought it would be very pleasant to have them in a circle and to have them in a four format, in a four grid format.
Okay.
And just to not to overwhelm the user too much. The reason why I ended up using these different animations was not to overwhelm the user too much and not to make it a bit of a snooze fest while looking at the films, looking at the film lineup.
Okay. Just one question. All the images are on the project folder, right?
Yes, indeed, yes. You'll find a folder called Images in which I've put the images, the logo, and the sponsors PNG logos.
Okay, okay. So, explain me a little bit about the page of the movies itself.
Okay, so you could access the movie page either by clicking on the image or clicking on the title.
Okay.
And once you do that, for example, we'll click on this one. Once you do that, you will notice that it's a bit fast, but you will notice that the image is animated and so is the text that accompanies it.
Okay.
And I chose a gray background with a blue text, and I chose a bit of a rounded corner for the image because I tried to make it fun and have something that was a bit rounded and something that went a bit with the other images, but I didn't want the text to take away too much from the image itself because obviously an image speaks 1,000 words.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. That is for sure.
Yes.
I guess we saw that also.
And just to add, you will notice that there's a button called Go Back,
Mhm.
and that will allow the user to go back to the home page.
And see the rest of the movies.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yes, I see the animations on the page of each film. So I guess this part of the films and the films pages are checked. Um, let's see the explanation for the last part, the footer and the sponsors and this final message.
Okay. The last part of I'm sorry, just a second. Yes, so the last part, as you can see, I have the announcements on the left and I have the sponsors on the right.
Mhm.
And basically the sponsors at the top, the two images at the top are the major sponsors, and it's the positioning and also the sizing of the images shows the sponsor's importance.
Okay, so the Walt Disney and the Comcast are the most important
Exactly,
because
yes.
they invested more in this film festival.
Indeed,
Okay,
indeed.
okay.
And Yelp, Six Point Brewery, and Lay's have been, the image size is smaller, and
Mhm.
as you can see, it's down, it's beneath the two.
Okay.
I also added a functionality that I think your sponsors will very much appreciate, is that if you press on one of the logos, it takes you to the home page of the
Okay.
sponsor.
Okay. Yes, it's an important issue,
Yeah.
and they will be very happy to see this interaction. Yes.
And
Yes.
on this part here, on the left of the footer, I put the announcements. And as you can see, this is the first announcement. Obviously, as we get closer to the date, we can add even more announcements. There is
Okay.
no problem with that. We can add any more announcements, and eventually, if you prefer, if you have a lot of information and you'd like to have it on its own separate page, we can also have a separate announcement page.
Okay, okay. So a page with only announcements.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Okay, okay. I guess in this last link of the Brooklyn News,
Yeah.
why it's linked to the footer and with the same height, in the same position height of the social network links.
Okay. Well, there isn't any particular reason. It's mostly for aesthetic reasons. That's
Okay.
why, for aesthetical reasons, that's why it's at the same height. Your associate Jennifer, she asked for links to the Brooklyn Park Bridge official website, and she asked for the links for the Brooklyn News website.
Okay.
So what I did, I thought it would be more practical this way. When in the opening text, when I was explaining where the event will be held and which date is going to be held at, and I also explained the location. And as you can see here in Come One Come All, there is the Brooklyn Bridge Park with a link. They can click on that link and it takes them to the Brooklyn Bridge Park website.
Okay.
And not to overwhelm them too much, I also put at the footer the Brooklyn News link. And I thought it would make, it would make more sense to put, since we read left to right, it would make more sense to put the social media of the event on the left so that they could click on that primarily. And then the Brooklyn News would be on the right because, you read left to right. And it's more important for them to follow and subscribe and to read up on the happenings, the social media happenings of the event before the Brooklyn News event.
Okay. Can you show me in your screen the adaptation for the mobile device?
Of course. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Share. Okay, so here is the website in full.
Yes.
Right. And as you can see, everything is pretty much laid out the same. And as we go down, let me just.
Okay.
So it's in the tablet version, in the tablet layout, the home page, the navigation bar becomes a hamburger icon. So everything is contained in this icon. You have to click on this icon to access the menu, basically. And it's pretty much contained the same way. As you can see, the images still maintain their animation.
Okay.
And everything is very responsive. So let's slow it down. Let's size it down to the mobile configuration.
Okay.
And here it is with the mobile configuration. It's still the same as far as the icon.
Can you click on films?
Of course.
Okay, it's animating on the when you click on mobile as well. So I guess we see all. We see all the features that Jennifer asked are present there. The site is responsive. The site has the links that she asked for. The site has the films, as the sponsors, that they are very important for us, of course. And I saw enough. I saw that the project is done. Congratulations for the project. I will get back with Jennifer, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to integrate and to launch the website for the film festival. Okay.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Let's do a little debrief. Where, in your opinion, what went wrong, what went well?
I was struggling for words a bit there at the when you asked me for about the Brooklyn news. I have to admit I did not know. I don't know why I put it there. It just seemed to make more sense. But yeah,
Okay, okay. Uh,
that was very
I
unexpected.
I asked because the link could be in the below the sponsors, in the subcategory called I already did a website with that, but it's in Portuguese, and the term in English, I guess it's not the same. It
It's is it how we say in French actualité?
can you repeat?
Actualité, like the in
Yes,
the
it's like news, yes,
yeah.
but it's related. No, so we have sponsors, and we have the second category that are media partners. Yes, oh my God.
Okay.
It's media partners. It's the same as in English. It's my head. Um, I asked because of that, but what you said makes sense. Or it's the same now. So I guess the question went no, null and void. So you can continue. Do your debriefing.
Okay. Well, I felt a lot more confident, and even comfortable this time. I
Mm-hmm.
think because it was shorter and there were less things to
Yes, yes.
things that could go wrong. In a way, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
okay. Um, now let's see the functionalities of the page. What did you think that you could improve?
Well, in terms of functionality, I did notice something when I was resizing the logos. It took a bit of time. They were not perfectly centered. Actually, that was a bit of a shame.
On the sponsors?
Yeah, they were not perfectly centered. And one thing that kind of was a bit annoying when I was resizing, and I was
Mm-hmm.
going down through the images because of the animations. I put one animation or like two animations that needed the page to be to the side, so it added a horizontal bar. And
Mm-hmm.
once we passed the image and the animation, the
Yes.
horizontal bar disappeared and came back normal. So I don't know if that is penalizing or not.
It can be penalizing, but you can solve that problem on the horizontal bar. You have a thing called, but you must check every time that. Okay, I guess I will send the selector CSS. So it's HTML.
Hmm.
What it's called the
Horizontal, no.
no, it's the vírgula in Portuguese, the vírgula. But it doesn't matter. I will send you the
Coma.
comma. Yes, comma. Yes, HTML comma body, and you do overflow dash y x y the double dot hidden. So you do
Okay.
this, and that problem just disappeared. But you must check with the body and the HTML, because sometimes you just need only on the HTML, and other times you need only in body. You must check that. Put the selector. If the website is working properly, don't do anything. Um, if the website for some reason doesn't have the scroll where you need it to be, just remove the body, the comma and body, just leave HTML and the overflow dash y double dot hidden.
Okay.
So in terms of presentation, it was good. I can't say anything about that. You solved the only problem. Let's call it problem. Wait a second. I guess the recording it stopped. Oh no. Let me check one thing, please. I guess the recording stopped. I don't know why.
Oh.
It's not good. We must repeat this final part of the briefing. Oh my god. Let me do the catchers and why I don't see the recorder. Okay, so I give you the CSS selector, and let's do the final part of the debriefing. In terms of presentation, it's very good, and in terms of functionality, the only thing that I can say it's the final links of the sponsors, and
Okay.
the book news redirect on the same page. So that is a detail, it's not important. It's not important detail, but it's a detail. You have the A tag to do a link, and you have a property that it's called target. And
Blank, yeah. I should have put, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you already know that. So it's that is a target blank that you will put every time when you want to redirect for out of the page. Sometimes you need that redirection for your own purposes, opening a register form, whatever. It's not important, but yeah, it's the only thing. You explained me very well in the presentation about the colors. You explained me also the every part of the website. You explained me the register form. You explained me the pages of the films. And that is the only detail that it can be pointed in the films, in the page films. You have a lot of space between the final part of the image and the content and the rest of the page.
Yeah.
But you could put a banner, publicities, whatever. This is out of what's been asked for the project, so don't worry about that. It's only a thing that you can use in the future. So I guess we can end up the session, the presentation session, and I will stop recording.
Okay.